welcome, James McAvoy.
Woo!
Hello, thank you. Thank you very much. It's a lovely welcome. Hello, James. Welcome to Belgium.
Thank you very much for having me.
First time in Belgium?
No, I filmed in Belgium actually. And Ostend? I've been to Blankenberg when I was 12. And that's it.
Anything that strikes you about being peculiar about Belgium or Belgians?
I immediately got a taste, or I got a flavour of how much people love beer here. Last night when I arrived, because there was about 12 people in front of the hotel I was staying at, just drinking cans of beer. So that was it.
When I was in the UK back in the day, there was a famous drinking game, and there was name 3 famous Belgians. Can you name 3 famous Belgians?
I mean, Jean-Paul Van Damme. I thought I would get a bigger one. JCVD, come on. I mean, I'm a big football fan, so I know lots of Belgians. I'd say, like, I'm a Spurs fan as well, so I'm behind Celtic. So I'd say Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen, and the guy who can't seem to make it at Chelsea. I don't know why he can't make it work there or why they can't work with him, but Romelu Lukaku is a brother.
And how about 3 famous Scotsmen?
Famous Scotsman. Well, there's quite a lot of actors that I could mention. I don't know, John Logie Baird, Graham Alexander Bell, and Robbie Burns.
Wow. Now, you're an actor. What would be like the perk of being an actor?
The perk of being an actor? I don't know, you get to spend, you know, if you're a successful actor and you're able to work a lot, you get this lovely thing where you work and work and work, but then when you don't work, you're just off. And that's a kind of rhythm that not a lot of people get. A lot of people work 50 weeks a year, 9 till 5. When I work 6 a.m. till like 8 p.m. But when I don't work, I'm just off. So I get to be with my kids, and I get to be with my friends, and I get to be with my partner, and that's kind of a perk.
What's the most unexpected thing about acting?
The most unexpected thing about acting? I don't know if you guys know this, because it always seems really glamorous when we're up here or when we're on red carpets. It's probably one of the least glamorous jobs I think you could do. It is, you're generally freezing pretending to be hot, or you're generally hot, like too hot, pretending to be freezing. You're always covered in water, you're always covered in blood, so it's never that glamorous. And I think people think it's really glamorous, but really it's just when we come to sell the movies and things that it gets glamorous.
And what would be the most difficult emotion to express as an actor? Crying, laughing, something else?
I don't really find anything difficult. I think if the script is really good, it comes naturally. If the script is really bad and it's asking you to cry, it's really hard to cry. If the script is really bad and it's asking you to laugh, it's really hard to laugh. So as long as the script is good, I feel like it comes naturally because the story just wants to pour out of you, you know? Being on stage, even if it's just amateur or youth theatre or anything like that, it's really, really healthy for you. Even if you don't want to become an actor, it's really healthy for your self-esteem and for your ego and for your own ability to withstand criticism, because you get really good at really not giving a shit what people think of you. Because if you can't control it. I can't control whether you like me as an actor. I can't control whether you like my performance. The only thing I can control is what I'm trying to give you. And that means that there's a certain power in that. So even if you don't want to be an actor, I would always suggest doing some form of acting and some form of performance. I think it helps you sleep better at night.
Now, I can imagine being on set can be exciting, but also exhausting. Do you have any rituals or habits that help you wind down?
Alcohol, copious amounts of alcohol. I actually, yeah, no. No, I don't really. I find it quite easy to go home and switch off and go to bed. I used to eat a sandwich every night after getting home from doing a play, a really big fat cheese and ham sandwich with onion in it. And then I realized I was losing my voice, and I realized that eating a sandwich late at night and then lying down was making me lose my voice because of the stomach acid. So there you go, that's real interesting. Stop that ritual.
Now you've been active for over 20 years?
Yeah, I've been acting for what is my 44? I've been acting for 28 years.
Wow. What has changed most in those 28 years in the acting industry?
What has changed the most? I don't know, man. I've changed a lot. I'm older and wiser and hopefully better. I don't know what's changed as much, mate, to be honest with you. I think the scripts that I get are less finished. Used to be I'd get a script and it felt like we could shoot that script. These days I get scripts or I get the first script of a TV show and the rest haven't been written yet. And they'll get written while we're making the show. It never used to be like that for me. And I feel like with movie scripts there's less money for development. So I get a script that's maybe the 3rd draft, whereas I used to get a script when it was the 7th draft. And that means that you're kind of going into things that feel sometimes a little less well prepared. You know? So that's maybe the only thing I can pinpoint.
Do you prefer CGI or real-life special effects?
I mean, real-life special effects are always preferable, but sometimes they're just not doable. But I don't mind working with CGI, I don't mind working with green screen. I think, again, like I said, if you've got a good script, green screen is great. If you've got a bad script and you're working with real people, it's really hard. But if you're working with a good script and you're just playing against tennis balls, I think I'm happy, you know?
Now, we can all assume you're famous. So fame, do you love it or hate it?
I don't love it or hate it. It has never been something awful for me to deal with. It's never affected my life in the way that it does affect some people who are in the top 5%. So I'm kind of lucky, and there are benefits to it at times, but generally, no, I don't love it or hate it. It is what it is, and it's served me at times, and it's hurt me at times, but it's fine. It's just part of the job.
And just between us, have you ever used your fame to obtain something like a table at a fully booked restaurant?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I generally walk around with a hat and a pair of glasses, but sometimes if you're walking up to a restaurant, you're thinking, I wonder if we'll be able to get a table and it's all fully booked, it's all that. Take the hat off, take the glasses off, like, hi, how you doing? And the people you're with are like, you ask. And it doesn't always work, but sometimes it does.
What's your strangest story related to being famous?
Oh my god. I met a couple at a party once who the woman decided to tell me that I was her allowance. The list where it's like you have a list of 5 people or something like that, and if your partner meets one of them, they're allowed to do something with them, and vice versa. So I was at the top of her list, and so they obviously never thought they would ever meet me, but they've got this list, and the guy's like going, what the hell? And the girl was like, she was on. She was like for real. And she went away to the bathroom, and the guy was like, dude, I love her, man, I really love her. And I was like, hey, I am not doing this. I was married at the time. I'm married now, but I was married to someone else at the time, and I was like, I am not going anywhere near your partner and all that kind of stuff. But it was kind of weird. And she made the point of telling me that most people would actually pick, for the top of their list, somebody like Channing Tatum. But she was like, but not me. I know, right? I was like, alright, cool, thanks.
Final question before we go to the audience. You're a dad. How has fatherhood changed your life?
I think it gives you perspective. You realise that what you want and what you do really isn't the most important thing in your life anymore. It's just they're the most important thing, whether you like that or not at times. And they really are your first and last consideration, definitely, 100%. So you become the least important person in your life.
So here's the thing, I'm a big fan of you since like Mr. Thomas. but one performance has really struck to me very much, and that was the air traffic control sketch on ESNL, because I relate very, very much. I work in customer care, and I often have lovely Scottish people on the phone who I really would like to help, but who I, don't really understand much. So here's where I need your help. How do I say in Scottish, please talk proper English so I can help you?
Right, okay, here we go. First of all, I would say never say that to a Scottish person.
Yeah, how do I say it nicely, you know, like...
You'd say, you take responsibility for not being able to understand that person. Instead of blaming them, I'd say, I'm not used to hearing your accent. It's very exotic to my ears. Would you help me by speaking more slowly? I'm so sorry if that's really offensive. But I feel we might get your issue solved quicker if you talk slowly.
I'm from Malta and I like your accent. I always liked it, but today I go to like you as a person, as a human being, because I've been to so many conventions and usually actors do not take the time to say hi, thank you, nice meeting you. That was so nice, and it just a thank you for me.
Listen, thank you. I feel like you guys come and you spend your money and you spend your time, and before today you spent money and time watching our movies and things and TV shows and whatever. It feels really important to me to try and get a bit of energy back. So in those moments, even though I'm just saying the same things and stuff, I am literally trying to give some energy, because it's like, I feel like, aside from the fact that I make money coming to these things, which I do, I just think it's a really unique opportunity to meet the people that have helped you get where you've gotten to. Because other than red carpets, for the film and TV business, you just don't meet the people who appreciate your work and who supported your work, like you said, for 28 years. So genuinely, thank you.
How was it working with Andrew Adamson on a movie with Lion, Witch and a Wardrobe?
Oh man, I am so sorry, but that's a question I can't answer right now. I'm currently on strike and I'm not allowed to talk about any of my work. So sorry, dude. So sorry. Go ahead.
Hi guys, I just wanted to mention I'm a huge fan of the movie Together.
Come closer to the mic.
I'm a huge fan of the movie Together. I just wanted to say that because most people. And my question would be, as an actor, you always have to learn new stuff like riding horses and everything. What's the one thing that you would say was the most difficult or most entertaining, or maybe you even hurt yourself?
I had to do. I can talk about this because it's a play in the West End. I did a play called The Ruling Class, in which I had to learn to unicycle whilst wearing nothing but my underwear and a pair of high heel boots, whilst playing the flute. And that was really, really difficult. And of course, I learned to unicycle. And then as soon as the play finished, I never got on a unicycle again. I don't think I could ride a unicycle today.
I have a very important question.
Okay?
So are you ready?
I'm really ready.
Would you rather fight 5 duck-sized armored bears or 1 armored bear-sized duck?
Oh, 5 duck-sized armored bears. I think a giant duck. I think I'd stand a chance against an armored duck because I got a lot of pluck.
Thank you. I'm looking at the moderator. Can I? You already know some question I'm going to ask. My question for you is one that I've asked other actors at a convention, and if you were in my position, what question would you ask yourself?
God.
I'm sorry.
If I was you,
Yes.
what question would I ask
For
me?
instance, is there something that you really want to tell that nobody's asked you about, or is it like, you know, I don't know, or a special question, or a weird question you want to be asked? I'm sorry.
I would ask myself, why is it when somebody asks me a question like this, or when somebody says, any funny stories, or when somebody says, do you know any jokes, I go completely blank.
Yeah.
And
Because
yet-
you're under pressure.
Well, but yeah, I can
Yeah.
remember my lines and stand on stage and unicycle and play the flute and, you know,
Yeah.
probably do like weird amazing things on call. But like when somebody says, hey, what do you think of this? Or like, what's the funny story? Or what's the funny question? I'm blank. So I'd ask myself that. Hey, how you doing?
Please. Ray McTavish, when he was asked that question, said, what would my 12-year-old think of what I've become? So what would your 12-year-old think of what you become?
What anybody thinks of me is not my business. That is their business, and I don't need to know. I do not want to know what my family thinks of me. I'm just happy that we're getting by.
Hi, James. It was really nice to meet you just then. My question is, what is the most inspiring book that you've ever read about acting?
Oh wow. About acting.
Yeah, or just helped you with acting
Yeah.
in general?
Do you know what? I have to be honest, I've not had a good time reading books about acting. I don't know why. I've never really felt like somebody can teach me how to act. I know that sounds bad. People have definitely helped me learn how to act. But as soon as somebody starts trying to teach me the one way to get, or how to hold a microphone, as soon as somebody starts trying to tell me how to act, it's just, it works for them, but it doesn't necessarily work for me. I don't think, and it's the same with directors, as soon as they're trying to tell you how to act, I don't think it works. But then helping you figure out how to act, I think works. For me, it was watching acting, watching other actors, watching movies, watching theatre that has really sort of informed my acting, and then also doing it myself. And my belief that acting isn't just about feeling emotions and being truthful or realistic or believable. Acting is about storytelling. And the minute I figured that out, everything became much easier. Because who knows whether you're being truthful? Who knows whether you're being realistic? I might think I'm being realistic and you think it's bullshit. But I can say I did tell the story. And as soon as I started trying to just tell a story, everything started to fall into place. But in terms of books, I've never really enjoyed books on acting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. My favourite books, you know, pretty classic standards, Kill a Mockingbird, Cormac McCarthy's The Road. I do have to say, I'm mentioning a book here, not necessarily a movie, a book called Atonement, which I think is one of the most incredible books I've ever read. There's an amazing book called Birdsong by Sebastian Fox, which is incredible, and I'd say those are some of my favourites, and they're definitely my top 10.
First of all, thank you for coming to Belgium. It's really nice to meet you. And I was wondering if you could pull off any heist without any consequences, what would you steal?
Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money. Definitely lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money. I did used to think as a kid, I thought I'd like to be a pilot, I'd like to be a doctor, and I did want to be a bank robber. Because I thought, being not a violent one, if you were able to do it all by like tunnelling and like safe breaking, I thought, well, that's a really cool way to make lots of money, you don't hurt anybody, and in my head, the bank was insured, so you wouldn't be stealing the money from people, you were just stealing it from a corporation that was insured. So I was like, hey, I'll be a bank robber. Didn't quite realise that it was illegal and you could go to prison for 30 years. But, so that's weird, I did actually consider being a bank robber for a large part of my, I'd say from the age of 7 to 12.
So if your acting doesn't work out anymore, we will know where to find you.
Yeah, probably in prison.
Thank you.
Do you have any more dream roles you want to play? Maybe some Shakespeare?
Yeah, I wanted to play, I wanted to be in Julius Caesar. In fact, before we did sit under the Bergerac, I was going to do Julius Caesar. We have an idea of how we want to do it, Jamie and I. Jamie, the director that I work with, around 4 or 5 different productions of Julius Caesar were all going to happen in the theatre at that exact moment, and so we decided to pivot and do something else, and Jamie came to me and said, do you want to do something on the Bergerac? I was like, yeah man. So maybe we'll do that one day, yeah, Shakespeare, I like some Shakespeare, I don't like it all, but yeah, there's some great roles out there, so I'm hopefully going to hit them. I do want to play King Lear, but that's when I'm really, really old.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, James. Now that you're in Belgium, I just wonder if you, which place or which city is your favorite?
So far?
Yeah, so far.
I'm not just saying this because we're in Ghent, so far I've really enjoyed Ghent. I had one of the best meals I've ever had last night in Ghent. And it's really beautiful so far, everything I've seen. So, the other places that I've been in Belgium, where have I been? I've been to Ostend and I've been to Blankenberg. I was in Blankenberg when I was 12 and I was in Ostend making a movie and I really saw nothing of it. But this one I feel like I've got a little bit of a flavour for. And I'm not just saying it because we're here. Oh man. Something my grandmother says, which is there's nothing wrong with a wee bleep, which means there's nothing wrong with a little cry. And she always told me it was okay to cry.
Thank you.
Hello again. First of all, I want to say that you're my favorite actor because you have a quite big range of roles you played in the past, and I'm looking forward to what's coming next. And the other thing is, we are all here to meet our heroes or idols and stuff. So, do you have an idol or an idol in the past when you were younger?
As in acting or?
What else?
Wow. I mean, yeah. They were all footballing idols, really.
That's okay.
There's a Swedish player called Henrik Larsson who was, I don't know why I slightly did a Swedish accent there, please forgive that. It's probably bad as well. But Henrik Larsson was massive for me. And then Neil Lennon, who was a Northern Irish player who later became a really successful manager for Celtic as well. Those two players, they were so big for me growing up.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you could swap lives for like a week or something with another celebrity, who would you choose? It doesn't have to be an actor.
With another celebrity, if I could swap lives
Yeah.
with another celebrity? Oh man, I think it would probably be with like a singer or a musician who gets to play big stadium rock concerts. Do you know what? Taylor Swift has got amazing gigs. And I've been at one of them back in like 2015 or something like that, when she was doing, it was a 1984 album, and that was an incredible gig. But the atmosphere in that crowd was electric. So maybe it's swap careers or lives or bodies with Taylor Swift.
Thank you.
Okay. Hello, James. I'm a big film collector. I watch a lot of films, and I want to say you're the lead in one of my top favorite films of all time, which will always be dear to my heart, and it's Starter for 10. At the same time, I also really like the 2001 slasher film you're in called Swimming Pool. Yeah, I thought it. And my question is, if you feel like answering it, looking back at all the films you've done, are there any in there that you say, today still, I'm so proud of that, I'm happy I was part of that, and are there ones you are like, no, I don't want to talk about that?
The answer to your question is yes, 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 but I can't talk about any of those films, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. It's not that I don't fancy talking about them, we're on strike, and I support the strike, and I don't want to talk about the films that I'm in right now. So
I respect that.
thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, Lee, I appreciate it.
I've always been a big fan, starting out from seeing you as Mr. Thomas to as Professor X. But yeah, you've been a great actor, I think we all know that. But if not for acting, would there be something else that you want to be a part of in the world of movies?
Yeah, I'd love to work with a camera, and I think being part of a camera crew would be awesome. That's always good.
Hopefully. Well, all the best, James. Thank you so much for coming.
There's two final questions. We have to wrap up after that, so go ahead.
Hi Jim, thanks to come. Just one funny question about split mode.
Split?
Yes.
I can't talk about Split, I'm afraid, sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry, I'm not allowed. Sorry mate, I'm really sorry.
Do you like art?
I like art.
Thank you for you.
Thank you very much, that was amazing. Do you know what, I'll get it afterwards, okay? Thank you mate, I really appreciate it. Can we give this gentleman a round of applause because I never get an answer?
Last but one question.
By the way, you look amazing. This? Do you want to come up here? Do you want to come and show people what you look like? Because you look incredible. It's a really good cosplay. You don't want to come up? You shy? I don't know how you get up here. Come over here, come over here. What's your name? Zainab? Zaza? Well, it's nice to meet you. Guys, this is Zaza and she looks amazing. You've done such a good job. Like, oh, you're going to answer a question. Do you want to? What is my favourite movie of all time? Oh my god, it's not even my work and I don't know if I can answer it. Shall I whisper it to you? So I'll whisper it to you so it's not public. Guys, thank you very much for your questions. I think we're going to hand back.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have time for. Please give it up for James!
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.